Well, this is streaming now, I think.
It's not working. Just turned it on. Five.
And ask everyone to please make their way to rooms number 4 and 5. We're about to have the closing remarks. And announcements from best presenters. Please make your way to rooms number 4 and 5 right now. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing this on, by the way. Pleasure. It's been very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks. Say, if you're in the fortunate position to have a couple of offers out there, as long as the difference in the terms isn't greater than, call it 5%, maybe 10%, definitely go with a party who's got, the best track record, the party that you think you can work best with, that will help you succeed and can help you raise more capital down the road as well. VCs are a little bit like lemmings. They look at sort of the brands of other VCs as they go on. I'm a later stage investor, so I know that. Not saying I do that, but maybe I do subconsciously. So, but I would say there's probably in my experience, is a 5% difference to a 10% difference in price that you could probably give to get the better brand and the better VC.
I hate to use a sports analogy, but I'm going to use a sports analogy. Anybody in here who's played at a level that's above organized ball knows that you look at game films. And game films of your opponent tell you a tremendous amount about his tells, his gives, his weaknesses, strengths. Use data to help you understand what's important to the person you're negotiating with. And use resources to help you understand what should be important to you and strike a balance with the VC that you think can take your business to the highest level the most quickly.
Thank you. Now, we're running out of time, and I know many of you may just be here to see who wins the iPad, but we would like to open it up for questions, so we can take, I think, 2 questions. Okay, right here in the front.
So, the bad news that entrepreneurs and their angel backers get when they come to talk to the VCs is that valuation, the step down. The grandma is not going to get her money back like she thought, type of thing. So how do you break the CEOs or to those angels, sometimes there's a lot of them, when there's going to be a down run? And how do you get that across bluntly or in some other fashion?
I think every company has down rounds, and usually it's not the kind of incumbent VCs to kind of break the news. It's usually pretty obvious because you're out trying to raise money and you're knocking on doors and no one's really that interested, or you haven't made your plan, or you ran out of money in 1 month and you have to do a fire sale. So it's usually pretty self-evident. The moral of the story is just make sure that try and make sure that you don't have a down round. Start fairly low and be conservative and give yourself figure a minimum of 90 days. I mean, even a 90-day financing is light speed. Usually it takes 4 to 6 months to get a financing done, and that's the best way to avoid the down round.
Okay, sir.
I think you, Alex, mentioned agents. How you guys look if an agent is involved, like banker or something with the fundraising and with the negotiations?
Yeah, we try and keep an open mind, right? If it's a cold call from our website or someone we know really well, we'll, trying to be fair. To the extent it's agented, on the plus side for the company,
we'll get the sense that it's competitive, right? That if it's a good agent, right? So we won't try and push the company around too much. On the other hand, if the agent's getting 6 or 7%, a lot of times we'll factor that into our valuation, right? Because we think the company's worth $50 million, and if they lose $5 million of cash, that means it's really worth $45 million, right? We're going to own the same, piece either way. So, if there's a good agent for sure, there's no reason not to use it. But don't use a bad agent. If you can figure out in advance, you're better off working it on your own than going with an agent who has no track record of success, who doesn't seem to get your business, that sort of thing.
All right, one last question in the back, sir.
Would everything you said today apply to your consideration investing in LLCs, or did everything you say today only apply to investing in corporations and corps?
Wow. So we have recent experience on this. So I think the old adage in venture capital was if you come with an LLC, you're just going to get sent home till you're a C Corp and then come back to us. I think that was the old adage. We just moved away from that, and I'll come back in a couple of years and tell you if it was an utter nightmare or not. But what we've found is this. In the type of companies we build, which tend to be heavily technology platforms, we end up developing an application, we sell it to somebody, they take the engine as well as the application, and we never feel like we realize the value. So we just did the first deal, and it's big venture backed. I mean, it's in the ag space, but it's Syngenta and Monsanto, who never invest with each other, are in it. Novozymes is in it. Arch Polaris and we are in it. And so these aren't rinky-dinky investors, right? These guys have been around the block a long time. And we did an LLC so that we could actually do development agreements with Syngenta, with a Monsanto, with other groups. We could do those development agreements underneath. They could actually buy out those, and we could keep the engine up top to do it. I can tell you, we all think it was bright. I've seen it come up now in a couple other circles, and other premier VC firms are starting to look at it. I can also tell you from being inside, I mean, we're spending raise a lot of money, but you're spending a lot of lawyer and tax money, and the funds are trying to figure out how it impacts them as well. So it's messy.
Just don't do it.
Can we take one more? Or? Okay, that's it. If everyone could please thank me and the panelists.
I asked everyone just to remain seated for 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Daniel. I'm going to ask the VCs to also please remain seated for a brief moment. As we do the closing remarks, I'm going to ask my colleague just to walk up and down the aisle over here. You can walk on that side over there. Brittany, you can walk up this one. Just anyone who would like to be in the drawing, put in one business card. As I always say, raising funding is all about trust. One business card, okay? As everyone puts in their business card, I'd like to take this opportunity to, again, thank all of you for joining us and participating. I want to congratulate the companies that were selected to present as top innovators. I want to take the opportunity also to thank our sponsors, our title sponsors, Goodwin Procter, our diamond sponsors, Shepherd Mullen, gold sponsors, Flextronics, UNX Group, One-on-One Development, Morgan Lewis, NSF, our venture sponsors, including Motorola Solutions Venture Capital, Columbus Nova Technology Partners, OCA Ventures, Robert Bosch Venture Capital, our marketing solutions sponsor, Get Response, silver sponsors, Moses and Singer, and Shuffler, and our many industry partners. Please join me in thanking them for their support. Quick plug for, again, our New England Venture Summit. You'll be receiving some information about that on December 9th. We'll be hosting the New England Venture Summit at the Hilton in Boston, Dedham. Very much like this program, we feature 4 tracks: technology, life sciences, healthcare, clean tech, and ed tech. And any of you who are interested in applying to present at that program, please do so. If you know of any exciting companies that would find our programs of interest, please let them know about our venture summits. And of course, if you know of investors that are actively seeking new deals, please have them contact us as well about participating in various capacities. With that, I'd like to first, actually, before we do the raffle, just announce the best presenters for each of the tracks. Again, this is based on the judging sheets that we received with the ratings from each of the judges. I want to also thank all the judges for participating in the program. This is, again, specifically not related to the business model or the business in general, just rating the presentations. For our Life Sciences and Healthcare track, the winner of the Best Presenter Award, actually, Daniel, can you come up and hand this award out for me? Is Polarine. You here? Right here? Congratulations. This is for you also. For our technology track, best presenter goes to Easy Metrics. Are you here? Easy Metrics? No, okay. For our clean tech track, the best presenter goes to Sarah Helix. They here? Okay. They here? Any chance? No. Okay, we'll be letting them know. And for the EdTech panel, track, very efficient technologies. You here? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, now we'll do the raffle. Do we have the bowls with the business cards? Can you give that up for me, please?
Okay, Robert Cowell of Cloud DX. All right. Okay, Nimrod Lipvac of Fulcrum SP Materials. Mark Howitt of Store Electric Ltd.
Congratulations. Okay, with that, I want to thank you all again for joining us, and look forward to hearing great news from you guys. Please keep in touch, and thank you very much.
So what is it that store